Hello, everyone. A huge warm welcome back to the Talk in English channel. I'm Anna, and I am so incredibly happy to be here with you today for this new series.
And I'm Jake. We are your guides to mastering real-world, everyday English. Our goal is to help you feel confident, whether you are at an airport, a restaurant, or, as we are discussing today, at a shopping mall.
If you're enjoying learning with us, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. It really helps our channel reach more English learners around the world. Every like and comment tells YouTube that this content is helpful.
Always ready, Anna. Let's unlock some serious English today. So, Anna, before we started recording, you looked a little stressed. I heard there was an incident yesterday involving your computer and your credit card.
Jake, I have to confess something. I made a huge shopping mistake yesterday. You know how they say, don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry? Well, don't go online shopping when you're bored.
A shopping mistake? What kind of mistake? Did you buy another pair of shoes you'll never wear?
Worse. Much worse. I went online to buy one thing. Just one simple item. I bought a new plant pot for my fern. It was supposed to be a 5-minute transaction.
That sounds reasonable. A plant pot is a necessity for a plant lover. How did it turn into a mistake?
Well, as soon as I added the teal ceramic pot to my cart, a pop-up appeared. Sale on plant care tools, 40% off. And I thought, well, my pruning scissors are a bit rusty. It would be practical to get a new pair.
Ah, the sale trap. Retailers are experts at this. They show you something related to your purchase and suddenly you feel like you need it.
Exactly. And then underneath the scissors, I saw a set of 3 beautiful hand-painted ceramic pots. They matched my reading corner perfectly. The glaze was this stunning oceanic blue with gold rims. I couldn't just leave them there, right? They were a limited edition set.
So you bought the set. Let me guess, the seduction didn't stop there.
It didn't. I ended up adding organic plant food, a new designer watering can because my old one was too industrial looking, and somehow a decorative garden gnome that looks like a forest explorer. I went in for one pot and left with a whole garden supply store. My credit card is literally crying right now.
Anna, this is a classic example of what psychologists call a dopamine hit. When we see something beautiful and buy it, our brain releases dopamine, a chemical that makes us feel happy and excited. But that feeling is temporary.
It really is. As soon as I clicked confirm purchase, the excitement was replaced by what we call buyer's remorse. Jake, explain that term for our learners.
Buyer's remorse is that feeling of regret or anxiety you get after spending money on something, especially if it was an impulse buy. You start thinking, do I really need a garden gnome?
I definitely don't. But today, we're going to use my mistake as a learning tool. We're going to discuss the psychology of shopping, the tricks of the trade, and the language you need to navigate the world of retail.
Great idea. Let's look at the different types of shoppers. Anna, how would you describe your overall shopping style, besides temporarily insane?
I think I'm usually a planned shopper who occasionally becomes an impulse buyer. A planned shopper makes lists, compares prices, and reads reviews. But when the impulses take over, all that logic goes out the window.
I'm more of a spontaneous shopper. I don't make lists. I walk around the mall, see what looks cool, and decide on the spot. It's a very high-risk way to live.
That sounds like a recipe for a very empty bank account, Jake. But there's a whole world of shopping vocabulary to explore.
So, Anna, we were talking about shopping styles. I admitted I'm spontaneous, but you know who is even more dangerous? The bargain hunter.
Oh, my mother is the queen of bargain hunters. She won't buy a pair of socks unless there is a red sticker on them. She lives for the red tag sale.
Does she actually save money, though? That's the real question.
Honestly, I don't think so. She once bought 5 winter coats in August because they were 70% off. We live in a place where it only stays cold for 2 months a year. I asked her, Mom, why do you need 5 coats? And she said, but Emma, look at the price. I saved $400.
That's the great deal fallacy. You didn't save $400. You spent $200 on things you didn't need.
Precisely. But the language she uses is so common. She says things like, I couldn't resist it, or it was a steal.
It was a steal. That's a great idiom. It means the price was so low, it felt like you were stealing it. It's a positive way to describe a bargain.
We also have the speed shoppers. My friend's husband is like that. He views the mall as a dangerous jungle. He wants to get in, find the specific item he needs, and escape as fast as possible. He calls it mission-based shopping.
I understand him. Sometimes malls can be overwhelming. The music, the lights, the crowds, it creates a lot of sensory overload.
And that overload often leads to the paradox of choice. This is a fascinating psychological concept. When we have 50 types of shampoo to choose from, our brain gets stressed. We struggle to decide. And when we finally pick one, we often feel less satisfied because we keep thinking the other 49 might have been better.
I've felt that. I spent 20 minutes yesterday looking at black socks. Black socks. There were cotton ones, wool ones, athletic ones, dress ones. By the end, I just walked away without buying anything.
That's decision fatigue. Your brain gets tired of making small choices and you just give up. It's why some successful people like Steve Jobs or Mark Zuckerberg wear the same thing every day. They want to save their decision-making energy for important things.
That's very smart. Maybe I should just have one type of sock.
It would definitely simplify your life. But Jake, we also have window shoppers. These are the people who walk past the store, look at the beautiful displays, but have no intention of buying.
Window shopping can be quite relaxing. It's like an art gallery. Especially in places like New York or Paris, the window displays are incredibly creative.
I agree. It's a way to enjoy the trends without the credit card pain. But the problem is that retailers are very good at turning a window shopper into a customer. They use visual merchandising, the way products are arranged to look irresistible.
They use lighting, color, and even scents. Have you noticed how some high-end stores have a specific smell?
Yes, it's called scent marketing. They want you to associate a pleasant smell with their brand. Every time you smell that specific perfume or wood scent, you think of their store. It's very subtle and very effective.
It's almost like they are hacking our brains. Speaking of hacking brains, Anna, you have a story from South Korea that involves a lot of sensory overload, don't you?
Oh, Jake, let's talk about my trip to Seoul, South Korea. This is my ultimate shopping gone wrong story.
I've heard about Myeongdong. It's the famous district with all the skincare and beauty shops, right?
It's the mecca of skincare. K-beauty is world famous, and Myeongdong is the heart of it. I went there with a very clear, disciplined plan. I had a list of 3 products I wanted to try. Just 3.
Based on your plant pot story, I have a feeling that list didn't stay small for long.
Sam, as soon as I stepped out of the subway into Myeongdong, my plan evaporated. It was late afternoon, the neon lights were flashing, and the streets were packed with people. Every store has staff standing outside with small baskets of free samples.
Ah, the sample trap. It's the oldest trick in the book.
It really is. A woman handed me a beautiful gold-colored basket with a free face mask inside and said, "Just look, sale inside." I thought, well, it would be rude to refuse a free gift.
And once you walk through that door, the reciprocity principle starts working. Because they gave you something for free, your brain feels obligated to give them something back, usually your money.
Exactly. And the store was beautiful. It looked like a laboratory from the future. There were bottles of snail slime, bee venom, and pearl essence. Everything was packaged so cutely. I saw a hand cream shaped like a tiny peach. Who can resist a peach-shaped hand cream?
Apparently not you.
I bought the peach, and then I saw a buy one, get one free BOGO deal on sheet masks. Then there was a spend $50 and get a free travel kit offer. I kept adding things to my basket just to reach the next free gift level.
So how many stores did you visit?
I lost count. I spent 6 hours walking from shop to shop. By the end of the evening, I was carrying 4 massive, heavy shopping bags. My arms were sore, my wallet was empty, and I felt like a skincare addict.
But the story doesn't end at the hotel, does it?
No, the moment of truth came at the airport. I was checking in for my flight home, and I put my suitcase on the scale. The lady at the counter looked at me and said, "Ma'am, your bag is 12 kilograms overweight."
Oof, that is a lot of excess baggage.
I had to pay an extra $150 in luggage fees. The deals I found in Myeongdong weren't deals anymore because I had to pay to fly them home. I was so embarrassed. I had to open my suitcase in the middle of the airport and try to wear 3 sweaters just to make the bag lighter.
That's the classic shopper's nightmare. Lesson learned, scent marketing and free samples are powerful tools.
I'm still using face masks from that trip, Jake. It's been 3 years. I have enough skincare to last me until the next decade.
Okay, Anna, you shared your K-beauty disaster. Now it's my turn to be honest. This happened about 2 years ago. I call it the midnight marketing mistake.
Midnight shopping already sounds like a recipe for regret. What happened?
It was a Tuesday night. I couldn't sleep, so I was watching TV and scrolling through my phone. I saw an infomercial. Do you know what those are?
Oh, I love them. They always start with someone looking miserable because they can't do a simple task, like cutting a tomato or cleaning a floor. Are you tired of messy kitchen counters?
Exactly. And then they introduce a revolutionary new product that will change her life. In this case, it was the Ab Blaster 3000.
The Ab Blaster 3000? That sounds like a sci-fi weapon.
It was a home exercise machine. The commercial showed these incredibly fit people with perfect six-pack abs using this machine and smiling. They weren't even sweating. The narrator said, "Get the body of your dreams in just 10 minutes a day while watching TV."
Jake, you didn't.
I did. It was midnight. I was feeling a bit lazy about my fitness, and the commercial said, "Call in the next 10 minutes and get 50% off." I grabbed my credit card and ordered it before I could even think.
How much was it?
It was just 3 easy payments of $33.33. It felt like a bargain. But when the box arrived 3 weeks later, oh man.
Was it revolutionary?
It was a nightmare. It came in 50 different pieces. Assembly required is a phrase that should strike fear into the heart of every consumer. It took me 5 hours to put it together, and I nearly broke my thumb.
And did it give you the body of your dreams?
I used it exactly twice. It was incredibly uncomfortable. It made a loud squeaking noise every time I moved, and it took up half of my living room. I realized that the people in the commercial were fit because they spent 5 hours a day in a real gym, not because of the Ab Blaster 3000.
So where is it now?
It suffered the classic fate of all home exercise equipment. It became a very expensive clothes hanger. I started hanging my jackets and towels over the handles. Eventually, I put it in my storage closet, where it is currently collecting dust.
This is a perfect example of marketing manipulation. They sold you a dream, not a product.
They absolutely did. And that brings up a great tip for our learners. When you see a limited time offer, take a breath. It's almost never as urgent as they say.
Jake, your story about the Ab Blaster brings up an interesting question. Do you prefer the convenience of online shopping or the traditional experience of going to a physical store?
Honestly, after the Ab Blaster incident, I've become much more careful with online shopping. But I have to admit, I still do most of my shopping on the internet. What about you?
I'm a hybrid shopper. It depends on what I'm buying. For things like books, household supplies, or gadgets, I love online shopping. I can read hundreds of customer reviews.
Reviews are essential. I never buy a product now if it has less than 4 stars. I always look for the reviews with photos to see what the product actually looks like, not the professional marketing photos.
That's a smart move. But for clothes, I am a physical store person all the way.
Really? You don't like the convenience of having clothes delivered to your door?
I hate the sizing gamble. Every brand has different sizes. A medium in one store is a small in another. I've ordered so many things online that were either way too big or way too small.
I've had that problem too. And then there is the return process. You have to print a label, find a box, go to the post office. It's such a hassle.
Exactly. In a physical store, you can go to the fitting room or dressing room, try the item on, and know immediately if it fits. Plus, you can feel the fabric quality. Sometimes things look like soft wool in photos, but feel like itchy plastic in person.
That's true. There's a sensory aspect to shopping that the internet can't replicate. The smell of a new leather bag, the weight of a high-quality watch, the way a fabric moves when you walk.
However, there is one big advantage to online shopping: comparison shopping. If I'm in a store and I see a camera for $500, I can check my phone and find it for $450 at another store in 10 seconds.
That's called showrooming. It's when people go to a physical store to see and touch the product, but then they buy it online for a cheaper price.
It's a bit controversial because it's hard for small local stores to compete with giant online retailers, but as a consumer, it's hard to ignore the savings.
It really is. Another thing I love about online shopping is the wish list feature. Instead of buying something immediately, I put it in my wish list and wait. Usually the shopping fever passes and I realize I don't really want it.
That's a great self-control technique. We should talk more about these smart shopping strategies. But first, let's look at a place where we all spend too much money: the grocery store.
Anna, did you know that grocery stores are designed like a psychological maze?
Oh, I've heard about this. They put the most common items, like milk, eggs, and bread, at the very back of the store.
Exactly. So you have to walk past every other tempting item just to get the basics. You go in for a gallon of milk and walk out with cookies, chips, and a new type of fancy cheese.
And they put the expensive brand name products at eye level. If you want the cheaper, generic, or store brand items, you usually have to look on the bottom shelves.
It's a literal battle for your attention. And have you noticed the music?
Yes, usually it's slow and relaxing.
Research shows that slow music makes people walk more slowly through the aisles. The more time you spend in the store, the more money you spend. If they played fast rock music, people would hurry and buy less.
That is so clever and a little bit scary. And what about the smell?
The bakery scent. Almost every supermarket has the bakery near the entrance. The smell of fresh bread and cinnamon rolls makes you hungry immediately. And as we said before, never go grocery shopping on an empty stomach.
My biggest weakness is the checkout aisle. You're standing there, waiting in line, and you see all those small items, candy, magazines, gum, lip balm. They are called point-of-purchase items.
They are small and cheap, so your brain thinks it's only $1, why not? But those small purchases add up over a year.
I've started a new rule for grocery shopping. I use the Scan As You Shop gun or an app. It shows me my total balance as I go.
Does that help?
Immensely. When I see my total hitting $80, I think twice before adding that extra bag of gourmet popcorn. It makes the spending feel real.
That's a great tip. Another one is to shop the perimeter. Usually the fresh, healthy food, produce, meat, dairy, is around the outside of the store. The middle aisles are full of processed packaged foods that are designed to be addictive and expensive.
Shop the perimeter. I like that. It's better for your health and your wallet.
Anna, let's talk about clothes again. There's something called vanity sizing that really confuses me.
Oh, this is a huge topic in the fashion industry. Over the years, brands have made their sizes larger. A size 4 today was a size 8 20 years ago.
Why do they do that?
It's psychological. If a customer fits into a smaller size than they expected, they feel good about themselves. They feel thin or fit, and that positive emotion makes them more likely to buy the item.
That seems like a trick.
It is. It's also why some stores have slimming mirrors. They are slightly curved to make you look taller and thinner in the fitting room.
I knew it. I always look better in the store mirror than I do at home. I thought I was just imagining it.
Nope, it's a real marketing tactic. And let's talk about fast fashion. These are stores like H&M or Zara that produce thousands of new styles every week at very low prices.
It's so tempting because it's so cheap. You can get a new shirt for $10.
But the quality is often very low. The seams rip, the fabric shrinks, and it looks old after 3 washes. It's bad for your long-term budget and terrible for the environment.
I've heard about the cost per wear concept. Can you explain that?
Sure. It's a way to calculate the real value of an item. If you buy a $10 shirt and wear it twice before it breaks, the cost per wear is $5. But if you buy a high-quality $100 jacket and wear it 100 times over 5 years, the cost per wear is only $1.
So the $100 jacket is actually the bargain in the long run.
Exactly. It's better to have a capsule wardrobe, a small collection of high-quality items that you love, than a closet full of cheap clothes you never wear.
Quality over quantity. That should be the motto for every smart shopper. Anna, have you ever bought something just because the website said only 2 items left in stock?
Yes, it's called scarcity marketing. Our brains are programmed to want things that are rare. If we think an item is about to disappear, we feel an urgent pressure to buy it.
I see this all the time on hotel booking websites. 15 people are looking at this room right now, or last room available at this price. It creates a lot of stress.
It's often artificial scarcity. The company might have 500 items in the warehouse, but they only show 2 left on the website to force you to make a quick decision.
It's very clever. And what about limited edition products?
That's the same principle. Companies release a product, like a specific color of a phone or a designer collaboration, and say it will only be available for 1 month. It creates a collector's mentality. People want it because they want to feel special or because they think it will increase in value.
I have a friend who collects sneakers. He waits in line for 6 hours to buy a limited edition pair for $200, and then he sells them online for $1,000 the next day.
That's a whole different world of shopping. It's called reselling or flipping. It's a business for some people, but for the average shopper, it just makes everything more expensive.
Another trick is the loss leader. This is when a store sells one popular item at a very low price, sometimes even losing money just to get you into the store.
Like the $5 rotisserie chicken at some grocery stores.
Exactly. They lose money on the chicken, but they know you'll buy a salad, a bottle of wine, and dessert while you're there. The chicken is just the bait.
I fall for the bait every single time.
Okay, Anna, we've talked about all the mistakes we've made and the tricks the stores use. How do we become master shoppers?
My first and most important strategy is the 72-hour rule that you mentioned, Jake. If I see something I want, I must wait 3 days. If I'm still thinking about it after 72 hours, then I can consider buying it.
It saved me thousands of dollars. My second tip is unsubscribe from marketing emails. Those flash sale notifications are designed to trigger your impulse. If you don't see them, you don't want them.
Great tip. I also like the cash-only method for shopping trips. If I go to the mall with $100 in cash, I can't spend $150. It creates a physical limit that a credit card doesn't have.
Swiping a card doesn't feel like spending money. It just feels like a gesture. But handing over physical bills makes the pain of payment real.
Another one, shop secondhand. Platforms like eBay, Poshmark, or even local thrift stores are amazing. You can find high-quality, gently used items for 20% of the original price.
I found my favorite leather messenger bag at a thrift store for $15. It would have been $150 new. It's better for your wallet and much more sustainable for the planet.
And finally, make a list and stick to it, whether it's for groceries or clothes. If it's not on the list, it's not going in the cart.
Discipline is the best budget-saving tool. To end on a positive note, Anna, tell me about a shopping win. Not an impulse buy, but something you are truly happy you bought.
My vintage brass floor lamp. I searched for it for 4 months. I wanted something very specific for my reading corner. I didn't want a cheap modern lamp. I wanted something with character.
That's the opposite of your plant pot story. That's patient shopping.
It really was. I visited several antique shops and scrolled through online marketplaces every weekend. Finally, I found it in a small shop 2 hours away. It was exactly what I had imagined, and the price was fair.
Do you still love it?
Every single day. When I turn it on at night, I feel a sense of satisfaction. Because I waited and searched, the item has a story. It's a meaningful part of my home, not just another piece of stuff.
That's the secret, isn't it? Buying things that add value to your life, not just filling a temporary emotional hole.
Exactly. Now, learners, let's do a final review of our 6 key vocabulary words.
Bargain. Something bought at a low price. This jacket was a real bargain. Impulse buy. Buying something suddenly without a plan. My ab blaster was a midnight impulse buy. Refund. Money given back when you return an item. I didn't like the color, so I asked for a refund. Browse. To look casually without a specific plan to buy. I spent the afternoon browsing in the bookstore. Splurge. To spend a lot of money as a treat. I decided to splurge on a fancy dinner. Budget. A plan for how much money you can spend. I'm on a tight budget this month.
We want to hear from you. What is the biggest impulse buy you have ever made? Did you regret it, or do you still love it? Leave us a comment below using some of today's vocabulary.
Thank you so much for practicing English with us today. You are all doing a fantastic job on your journey to fluency.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your fellow learners. We believe in you.
Keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember, wait 72 hours before you buy that garden gnome.
Great advice. See you in the next episode.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye-bye.